This is my original small scale model. So right here, the paper would represent concrete cascading down the side. My initial plan was to put juxtaposed positions of rectangular pieces of plywood to kind of mimic a pinwheel shape, but I didn't cut the material just because it's kind of I didn't know if that was the design that I was necessarily going for. So originally I did have the squares there, and then I would have had the puzzle pieces of glass fill up over here, as well as a metal pinwheel attached to it. However, with the difficulty of getting materials, I couldn't exactly do what my exact plan was, so I made shift it into my bigger large scale model, which I felt did a well job as well. Hi, so this is my model. So my idea for the model was to bring as much raw and earth materials as I can into it, just because the main concept of the home was for it to feel very earthy, and it was kind of like an earthy oasis for Kaufmann, since it was a summer vacation home for him to escape for in the winters. So what I did for my sculpture was I had pieces of wood which I had sliced like this, so I can use it as pretty much kind of like a canvas to paint what I'm trying to interpret here. So this was actually my first little wedge that I had to work with, but Jane advised me that it was too small, so I did end up getting a larger version. But I did like how earthy the bark looked, so I wanted to implement that on the bottom, as well as I have my glass elements right over here, and then that's my concrete element, and that's my steel. So I'm gonna go ahead and explain each element. So the overall form of the Kaufmann House is a pinwheel shape. So my idea with the metal sheathing right here was to create screens that Richard actually designed for the home, which would allow a lot of shade from a lot of the natural light that comes into the home to help control the temperature in the home, as well as the screens for the sandstorms. So that's what I tried representing here, and I put it in a vertical and horizontal, trying to kind of implementing the whole pinwheel idea, but not including it here because of the straight form and how modern the home is. I also added the glass pieces because since the home is a pinwheel shape, a lot of the landscaping and the pool fits as a puzzle to the home. So that's why I made this kind of broken glass puzzle with the glass. That's what I wanted to go for with that. And here I have concrete kind of cascading down the tree wedge, and what that represents is the pool. So the pool is what ties the whole entire building together. It makes the imbalance of it cohesive, because the pool actually balances out a lot of if you look at it from a plan view, it just balances out the whole entire building. So that's what I went with. The concrete here, I kind of wanted it to fit and to balance it out and to kind of cascade. So I actually used concrete as a water element in this, rather than a hard, rough concrete, what concrete is usually thought as. So this is actually the view all around. So it's just like that. This is what it looks from the top.